Hi, today I'll be talking about some harmonic and melodic implications of 18-note patterns. These are derived from the 3-note per string scales. So what I did was I just assigned, each of these notes of the 3-note per string scales a number, and then I just put them in a hat, and I just drew them out of a hat and created these random note sequences. So just look in the description below, and I'll have the different 18-note patterns that I came up with. So I have these written out in 4 different positions. I don't know if I'll do all 4 today. I might just do the first 2 positions. I have an open position, 5th position, and 10th position and 12th position. So all I've done is I've just taken these exercises that you can see, and then I've just looked at them, and I've tried to create some different what I think are interesting compositional ideas or improvisational ideas. So so that first group, I'll just play through the notes just right across. So so the attempt here is to just randomize the notes and then just see if I can, come up with some different ideas. So right off the bat, what I see in the first measure, that's part of like a G13 chord. So if I added the G note, that'd be like a G13 chord. Now if you go one more note in the next measure, that's like a G13 add 9 chord. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm just going to kind of take that through kind of a loose blues, and this is just kind of one idea. So these are just randomly selected notes, and they just happen to create a nice 9-13 chord. C chord and then a G. So I'll just kind of do like a little improv here around like a G blues. So that's just a first idea. So now skipping ahead to the 3rd and 4th measures. So I have, so that's like an Fadd9 chord. Right? So, and then what I'll do here is I'll just add in that F note here. So, right. So that might be like a chord that like Hendrix would use in like Wind Cries Mary. I think he uses a chord. I think he uses something like this maybe with the thumb. Right, kind of nice voicing there, and is easier to play because of the open. And then you just kind of use your imagination to come up with different fingerings. Okay, going on to the 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's everything's in 6 measure grouping. So then right here, 5th measure. Right, very typical kind of rock sound. So what I'm going to do here, that's like a G5. I'm just going to add in some basses. Like I'll add a G bass, an E bass, a C bass, and then I'll add the D bass, which will be doubled by the riff itself. So. As you know, it's the first time I kind of muted the D with my C finger. Okay, and then the very last one, A, G, F. That's just like your typical kind of rock sound. So A minor, G, G7, G chord, F, A minor, G, F, or F major 7, A, G, F major 7. Okay, that's the first line. Okay, second line, you have. I'm not going to play through the. You can do that on your own. I just play through the notes randomly. Right, so that's an interesting sound there. That's like a C major 7 chord there. Or it can also be like an A minor 9 chord, add in the A. Okay, I can add in a C bass here. Kind of an interesting sound. I think that's all I'll do with that for right now. Okay, so the next measure, nothing. Okay, then the third measure, that's kind of... Right, that's just a D minor chord. And I thought it sounded interesting to kind of combine that A minor sound, the A minor 9 from the first measure, A minor 9 with this D. Next measure, nothing. Okay, then the fifth measure, very as a typical pentatonic lick. I guess you can think of that as kind of G major. All right, so a lot of times you'll have a hammer on here. Everybody uses that lick. I think Clapton, everybody uses that. Okay, going on to the third line. So the only thing I came up with here, 1, 2, 3. In the fourth measure, I thought that was kind of interesting. 2, 2, open, open. I thought that was like kind of an interesting melodic idea. So that was kind of cool. And then if you take, starting from the E, D, G, B, E, D, G, B, and then that's kind of an interesting kind of from sort of G major pentatonic, and then doing kind of like almost like a country blues cliche. So you have that second note. Okay, and then the very last two notes there, F and F, that's like a double octave. You don't hear people talk about that very much. I think Wes Montgomery did some kind of technique where he did like the octave and they did the octave in the middle. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like either a hybrid pick or finger style on these. So you can just kind of move these around. So F, G. Did just finger style. Kind of a cool sound. All right, moving on to the fourth line. So it looks like I didn't really come up with very many ideas there. So I'll just play that fourth line just as written. It kind of sounds cool. Anyway, just I'll do that one more time, so you kind of imagine this is some kind of like a ambient kind of sound. Okay, so the very last measure right, that's that same kind of cliche I did earlier. So that's kind of a G. So what I'm going to do is, I thought this was kind of interesting. So I'm going to slide up here, play this with these two fingers, and then I can add in the G and D power chord. Okay, I'm going to move it up to C chord. Back to G. So you can see if you just take an idea like this, create some random note sequences for yourself. You can take a very typical pattern: E F G A B C D, E F G A B C D. Right, so that's just a typical 3 upper string scale, but I've randomized them, and then just use my imagination to try to come up with some interesting ideas. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. I'm not going to do an ending improvisation. So stay tuned for more of these harmonic and melodic implications of the 18-note patterns. And then I also have some other different patterns that I've worked on in the past. And way past, this is probably a couple years ago or at least a year ago that I came up with these things. Okay, thanks for listening and watching.